job, man. Good job. John? Excellent, John, sir. Sean Cullen, who you can see this upcoming season at Stratford, and as you heard them say, my friends, this is Testination IQ. This is Canada's favorite interaction. What's going to happen tonight for you at home? I'm going to give you 50 questions. These 50 questions will determine your actual IQ. Now, if you're panicking and running for the remote, don't, because everybody else is having a repeat on. It's because you can't really prepare for an IQ test. You didn't have to study. You're just as prepped as anyone else is. Now, all you viewers playing along at home, we are collecting your data as you participate. My partner in crime here is Carol McNeil. She'll be giving us updates on how you guys are doing at home and how the studio audience and teams are doing. Carol?
George, thank you. I am here amongst our 6 teams, and I can feel the energy of factions ready to go. Ready to go head-to-head in the ultimate battle of brains. We have some age-old rivalries. Nerds versus contact sport athletes. Believers versus atheists. Politicians versus the twins. Okay, maybe they're not all classic feuds, but they're feuding nonetheless tonight. And here's what they're playing for. The Testination Trophy. And only one team will be crowned the winner tonight. Now, throughout the night, I will be bringing you updates from the National Post Nerve Center. I'll be reporting on which teams and individuals are pulling ahead, and I'll be tracking the trends from across Canada. We're following such things as which province is the smartest, and if your hair color or your marital status or even your shoe size have any bearing on your IQ. Now, we didn't just pull this test out of thin air. We called upon the top experts in intelligence testing in Canada, our IQ superstars, and there they are. University of Calgary's Dr. Don Saklowski and Dr. James Parker from Trent University. They and their teams of researchers put this test together. You'll hear from them later.
All right, thank you, Carol. So we have our 6 teams playing here in the studio, but you at home should play along as well, because let's be honest, that's what this is all about. Now, you can use one of them fancy scorecards you may have found in your local paper. It's not the front you got to look at, it's really the back. That's where you can make our little scores. Or you can print it from our website, and you can use that. Or if you just happen to have your computer near you or your laptop, just take the test online. The website for that is cbc.ca/testination. Or you could be old school and use a pen and paper. Or really old school and just use a quill and parchment. Wait, it's not handy? You guys don't have that handy? All the questions are multiple choice. What you're going to see, a clock on the left-hand side of your screen. It's going to be counting down the amount of time you have to answer. Once you've answered all 50 questions, then we'll show you a chart. You look at the chart, you look at your score, and that's how you can figure out what your actual IQ is. Now, you can't be like I was in high school, where you just skip questions. You can't. You have to answer all the questions. If you don't know the answer, guess. There's no penalty for a wrong answer. Just your own private failure. But let's begin with our first category. Our first category is language analogies. This means the relationship between the first pair of words is similar to the relationship between the second pair of words. Don't worry, for every section, actually including this one, I'm going to give you a sample question, and I'll get someone to help me answer it. Remember, sample questions don't count towards your scores. You're like, dude, I totally got it. I'm smart. No, you're not. So, to help us get started, let's go to a guy that was actually booed. The only member of a team who was booed when he came in. Here's the thing. He's an engineer. He's the first Canadian in space. Yeah, but he's also a politician. And the politicians are angry at him. Now they're cheering for him because he is the captain of the nerds. Please welcome. And this isn't the House of Commons. Cool it. Oh, no, wait. Nobody's working right now. The captain of the nerds is Mark Garneau. Good to see you, sir.
Good to be here, George.
Welcome. What subset of nerds have you collected?
This is an awesome display of brain power. We have physicists, we have space scientists, we have astronomers, we have Trekkies. We've got everything covered.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Are you ready now to help us?
We are ready.
So here's what we're going to do. First sample question for you at home. Help us along.
All right.
You better get this right, because you've been there.
It'll be a bad start.
Galaxy is to universe as A, moon is to sun, B, planet is to solar system, C, spacecraft is to shuttle, or D, star is to trek.
I think I'm going to go for B.
You're going to go with B. The answer is B? Oh, good job. It is actually B.
All right. Okay.
Planet is the solar system, right? Galaxies are found in the universe, just as planets are found in solar systems. We ready to kick off the quiz? We're ready for it? You at home ready? All right. Put on your thinking caps, or if you prefer your smarty pants, here comes the first 6 questions on language analogies. Now, you're going to have 20 seconds to answer each question in this second. Just 20. So here you go. All right, question 1. Celery is to vegetable as A, green is to color, B, apple is to juice, C, pepperoni is to pizza, hell yeah, and D, banana is to tree. All right, question 2. Sound is to decibel as A, weight is to gram, B, foot is to meter, C, liquid is to volume, or D, pyramid is to triangle. All right, number 3. Drop is to lake as A, corn is to field, B, blade is to lawn, C, snow is to mountain, or D, salt is to sea. All right, question 4. Altruist is to generous as A, pessimist is to anxious, B, consumer is to thrifty, C, optimist is to amiable, or D, philanthropist is to charitable. All right, we're at the fin, number 5. Apathy is to zeal as A, ambiguity is to definition, B, spontaneity is to intuition, C, decency is to sadness, or D, rigidity is to homogeneity. Number 6. Oh, I know what group here will like this one. Greed is to money as A, patience is to virtue, B, fear is to brave, C, anxiety is to depression, which we're all feeling right now, and D, curiosity is to knowledge. All right, there you go. First 6 questions are done. Hope you feel great. I do, but I'm not taking the test. All right, now let's take a look at those answers. Right, the first question was, celery is to vegetable as green is to color. The answer is A. This guy certainly knows an awful lot about eating healthy. Let's meet the captain of the contact sports athletes. Kelly Rudy is here, and with him, his alternates, his assistants, Glenn Healy and Marty McSorley. Between the 3 of them, they've played 47 years in the NHL. So, Kel, what brawn have you brought together for this group?
Well, you know what, George? We were all talking before we went to air, and the only thing that we could decide upon is that the politicians and the nerds are the same team.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
I don't know how well we're going to do, but we know that.
All right. Oh, I can't wait. All right, I need the answer for question 2 now. All right, now you 3 can work together for this. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, so question 2 is, sound is to decibel as, which one is it?
Glenn?
We're going to put the pressure on the goalie.
I like throwing people under the bus, George. Yeah.
Come on, Heels.
I'm refusing to answer.
Hey, you're not Gary Bettman. You have to answer this one.
Marty?
What do you say? A, weight is to gram?
Yeah.
Is it correct? A, weight is to gram. Well done. Now, the reason is that sound is measured in units of decibels and weight is measured in units of grams. All right, on to question 3. Drop is to lake as B, blade is to lawn. Because lakes are made up of drops of water. Similarly, lawns are made up of blades of grass. Number 4, hope the politicians get this one right. Altruist is to generous as D. Philanthropist is to charitable. Charitable is the trait of a philanthropist, and generous is the trait of an altruist. Number 5, apathy is to zeal as, thank God it's the one I can pronounce, ambiguity is to definition. A. Apathy has the opposite meaning of zeal, and ambiguity is the opposite of definition. All right, feeling scared? Not losing your faith yet? How about you over there? Because that's where Carol is right now, with the believers.
No one's losing their faith over here, George. Our Believers team is made up from multiple denominations and faiths, everything from bishops, priests, reverends, rabbi, radio and TV talk show hosts, to the drummer for Our Lady Peace. And you'll recognize their captain here as a hugely successful entrepreneur and one of the dragons on Dragon's Den, Brett Wilson. Now, Brett, I have a quick question for you. The Bible says that it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Do you agree with that?
Can I have the opportunity to phone a friend?
We'll get back to you on that one later. All right. Well, I hope this question doesn't hit too close to home for all of you. You in particular, Brett. Number 6 was greed is to money as A, B, C, or D. And you can see them up there.
I was leaning towards D on that one.
You are correct. It was D. Here's why. Curiosity is to knowledge. The greedy desire money, and the curious desire knowledge. So it makes sense. Now, one of the more interesting things we are following here is the effect of hypnosis on IQ results. And the reason we're conducting this experiment, people that are more relaxed tend to perform better mentally. And on a Dutch version of this show, it was the team of hypnotized contestants who scored the highest and won the game. 21 people here in the studio were put into hypnosis, Brett included. Our master hypnotherapist, Donald Curry, will tell you more.
What I did with the teams before the show was I led them into hypnosis with what's known as an induction. So that helps to relax every muscle in the body as well as relax the mind. Just begin to imagine that you're looking at a very pleasant scene. And because these people are now in a relaxed state of awareness, they will perform much better when they're taking the IQ test. Your whole body just lets go. There's a theory in hypnosis called occupational susceptibility, and what that means is that certain groups of people respond differently to hypnosis. Go deeper into relaxation. The believers, my guess is that they'll respond better to hypnosis than the atheists will. And the athletes, because they're used to going into a focused state of awareness when they play a game, will respond better to hypnosis than the nerds. Just letting go of all tension as I drop it in your lap. You will be right back after the commercial.
Politicians. I didn't know there were 2 teams of nerds.
For sure.
Hey, athletes, you should try a real blood sport sometime.
Hey, believers, you'll need to pray when you see our scores.
Hey, atheists.
IQ times 2, baby.
Hey, twins, which side of my brain do you want to lose to?
Oh.
Oh my, the nerds mean business. Uh-oh, they're going to attack us with their calculators and books about wizards. Welcome back to Destination IQ. If you're just joining us, it's not too late to get in on the action. Go to the website, cbc.ca/Testination. There it is on the bottom of your screen, and you can take the test online. All right, the second category is perception. Now, if your perception is working, you'll be seeing 2 of everything. They look the same, they dress the same, but does it mean that they think the same as twins? Let's go to a couple of experts on the subject. Here's the co-host of the new business show, The Lang and O'Leary Exchange, weekdays on CBC News Network. She'd be the Lang, Amanda Lang, and her lawyer, twin sister, Adrian. Captains of the twins. Which one is smarter? Which one do you think is smarter? And you don't have to answer in unison, individually.
She is. No, she
You think
definitely
you're smarter?
is.
All right, cool. Well, listen. We've been following you 2 so far, and currently, well, the lawyer's winning. Adrian is smarter right now than Amanda, but it's early.
After 6 questions.
After 6 questions, that's right.
I'm supposed to say she works at Stikeman Elliott.
Is that what you're supposed to say? All right, well, does that mean she's smarter?
Come back later.
Oh, okay. That's what she wants. All right, we're going to get both of you to help with the next question. All right. That's a sample question. Remember, it doesn't count. So for this category, I want to show you a picture, and it's your job to determine which puzzle piece is missing, all right? So pay attention. Take a look. Which one is missing? Is it A, B, C, or D?
Going to D. I'm having a flashback to D.
D. It is D. Well done. So that's an example of how this is going to work. We're going to get to those perception questions. More missing puzzle pieces of photos you might recognize from news events, so not the time to run to the kitchen. You will have 20 seconds to answer each question. All right, question 7. Obama visits Ottawa. Which piece is missing? Is it A, B, C, or D? All right, 8. Clowns in space. The founder of Cirque du Soleil goes to space. Which piece is missing? Oh, Lord, this one's uncomfortable. Question 9, remembering Jackson. I don't know, which piece is missing? A, B, C, or D?
The atheists come from all walks of life, from physicians to comedians and everything in between. They're not only the believer's worst nightmare, but a 2008 study showed a strong correlation between a lack of religious belief and a high IQ. So every team needs to watch their back. You may know him as Reverend William Thorne on Little Mosque on the Prairie, but tonight the collar is off. He's the captain of the Atheists, Brandon Furla. Now, Brandon, you play you play a religious figure
Yes.
on TV, and yet here you are, captain of the Atheists. How does that work?
I know. I'm not a fan of God, but I'm a huge fan of irony.
Right, good enough.
And here I am personifying it.
You are, just sitting there in front of us. There's Arnie, and there's George. George?
Thank you very much, Carol. Yes, we are surrounded here by MPs from across Canada, brought together for the politicians team. It's supposed to be weird to have you all back in the same room at the same time. It's been a while. However, in our country, short of hockey players, politicians are rock stars. Nice. All right. We only have 2 hours. Deal with it, people. All right. So we count on you guys to lead our country. Do you think you can work together tonight to just get rid of party lines? Yeah?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
No, we have 3 captains, no favorites here. Tony Clement from the Conservatives, Megan Leslie, New Democrats, and Justin Trudeau from the Liberal Party. So they say they can get along. Let's get right. It'll be easy for you, do you think?
Absolutely. We sang Kumbaya. We sang Kumbaya.
You did say Kumbaya. No, that's a Green Party initiative. That's not what you guys do. All right. By the way, if you get stumped, you don't get to prorogue this one. This is a... Wait a second. I don't know why you're laughing. I wasn't kidding. Our next set of questions, still in perception. This time it's photo reveals, all right? So 5 different sections of a photograph will be revealed to you. Then you have to determine which picture you've just seen. Sounds complicated, but it's not. All 3 of them are going to help us with the sample question. Watch the screen. So which photo was it? Was it A, B, C, or D?
It was C.
C. See, you guys all say it's C.
I was going to say C.
It's unanimous. Wow, you're correct. It is C. So that's how it's going to go. If you can get it, you can get it. So 5 pieces will be revealed, and you'll have 15 seconds to answer. So hold on to your wigs and keys, and here we go. Question 10. All right, watch closely. A, B, C, or D? Which ones have you seen? Question 11. A, B, C, or D? Which one did you just see? And the last one, here we are, number 13. Which one is it?
All right, 2 sections down. Let's take a look at some of those results that I promised you earlier. And I'm in the National Post Nerve Center, which is a hub of excitement and data. This is Jennifer Lang, and she is the head of our stats team. Jennifer, how did you determine the level of difficulty for these questions?
Absolutely. Well, Carol, the way we determine the level of difficulty in the questions is we first start with a much longer list of questions that the experts developed, and then we partnered with Research Now, a market research company, to pre-test those questions among 1,000 random Canadians. In the results, what we look for, we look to see if some questions are being, people are getting a lot of the questions right or wrong, and that really helps us understand if they're too hard or if they're too easy. And in our final test, we want to make sure there's a good balance of easy and hard questions.
All right, well, you've done a good job of that, and tell me what you're seeing. Are you seeing any early trends?
Absolutely. There are a lot of people already playing online tonight across the country. And what we're seeing in the early results is that men are ahead of women for now, and that those in their 30s are beating all of the other age groups right now.
Okay, just out of curiosity, what in-studio team, being statisticians, are you going for tonight?
Absolutely. Well, of course, we're absolutely unbiased and objective, but we are statisticians, so who do you think we're cheering for? The nerds, of course.
You can hear them outside.
Yeah.
Do you have something for me?
I do. I've got some early in-studio results for you that I think you're going to find very interesting.
You know what? I think this is really going to shake things up in our studio. And you know what? I'm going to let everyone know what this says. Make sure I'm not showing it to you. Let everyone know what it says after George reveals the answers to the perception questions. George?
Why are you holding out? What's that all about? Coy, Carol? Fine, be that way. Here are the answers to the missing puzzle piece questions. How'd you do, Canada? Question 7. Which was the missing piece? The answer is C. That was the missing piece. Let's go to somebody who's got to pay attention to stuff. This guy was the chief engineer for Canada in the Phoenix mission to Mars. His name is Michael Daly. Michael, what was the coolest thing you learned about going to Mars?
We found it snowing on Mars. We found out that it's a lot like Canada on Mars.
Yeah, great. So why would you want to live there? What is that all about? It's snowing. You might be the right person then to help us with this next thing, okay? Here, I'm sure you caught this one. Question 8. Which was the missing piece?
B.
And the answer was C.
I think I answered C.
Are you sure it was snow that you saw there? Yeah?
Pretty sure.
All right, fine.
I also think I answered C, but you only gave me 2 seconds this time.
That's all you needed. Number 9. 9, the missing piece was... It was A. The missing piece was A. All right, now those were the missing puzzle pieces. Thank you very much to the nerds for helping us out on this one. Now, there are a few more before Carol will reveal the latest results. So let's get to our photo reveal answers. Question 10. Let's take a look at the 5 parts that were revealed. And now the picture underneath. It was C. Question 11. Your 5 pieces for 11 were, and underneath that, the answer is D. Number 12. Here's what you saw, and here's the correct answer. Bingo, it is B. And finally, number 13. The picture underneath is D. All right, Carol. McNeil, I've kept up my part of the deal and given the answers. You promised to reveal some exciting results. We's all waiting. What do you got?
All right. Would you like to hear which team in studio is leading right now? When I call your name, when I call your team name, please stand up. The Nerds. Contact Sport Athletes. And the Atheists. 2 of these 3 teams are locked in a battle for first place, and those teams will be revealed right after this.
Hey, athletes, do you think you're going to give 110%?
Just so you know, there's no such thing as 110%, so good luck with the math test, fella.
Hey, atheists, when it's game time, it's pain time, baby! Woo!
Welcome back to Testination IQ. So, you right there? You go out of the commercial, there's these results scrolling across the screen. Now, those are from you at home taking the test online across Canada. Keep your eye on that right there, all right? We'll keep updating you throughout the show. All right, so our 3 teams that are standing are Nerds, Contact Sports, and your collection of atheists. All right, so Carol, that's what's happening in the room, or what's happening across the country.
Well, so far we have found out that people from the province of Saskatchewan are in the early lead as far as questions answered correctly. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they have a higher IQ. We won't know that until after they've completed the entire test. What I can tell you for sure is that of our 3 standing teams, the athletes are not in the top 2. That's right. Sit down. Hit the bench. Hit the bench. So that means that the Nerds and the Atheists are currently our top 2 teams with the most questions answered correctly, vying for top spot.
You know, when you said that, Carol, oh boy, I gotta tell you, Carol, McSorley took a long time to sit down. I think he's getting angry. All right, speaking of the atheists, I got the captain, Brandon Furla. Brandon, what do you think has helped you get here? What do you think of the Nerds?
God's on our side.
God is on our side, yeah. Strangely, it worked out that way. No, it's our superior sense of superiority, really.
That Nerds! What are you going to do about it?
I don't speak nerd. I didn't quite get that one. Sorry.
Well, both these teams are doing great, and this sends a message to the other 4 teams that you have some catching up to do. So sit down, everyone, and focus. All right. Let's get back to the questions. George, I hope you'll find someone who's good with numbers to help set up the next section.
You know, actually, I do, Carol. I've got somebody indeed. It's time for math. There are a couple ways to look at mathematics. Fun for some, and it's absolute hell for others, mostly me. Well, hell, if you sort of believe in that kind of thing. I know some people on this team do. Next to me is actually one of the powerhouses for the Believers team. She's an MPP in Ontario and a clergy member with the United Church, Reverend Dr. Sherry DeNovo.
Hey, George. I'm good. I'm very good.
Are you ready to crunch some numbers with math?
Absolutely. I just want to remind those atheists there really is a hell.
Okay. This is amazing. All right, sample question. Now remember at home, a sample question doesn't count towards your score, but this is an idea how it goes, okay? 25% of the students in a class are girls, 25%. If there are 15 girls, how many students are in the class? A, 15, B, 25, C, 30, or D, 60?
60.
Sherry says 60. The answer is, there you go, D, 60. 15%, 15 girls, 25% of a class of 60. I have a feeling that the questions in this section are going to get a lot harder than that one. So break out your mental abacus, okay, my friends? To mix it up a bit in this block, we're actually going to have some guests asking some of the questions. You have 25 seconds to answer each one. Ready? Question 14. Now, there were 21 right-handed players, 7 left-handed players on a baseball team. What fraction of those on the team were lefties? Is it A, a quarter, B, a third, C, 2/5, or D, 2/7? All right, question 15. 12,000 lucky Canadians have been selected as torch runners for the 2010 Olympic Games. Total route across Canada, 45,000 long kilometers. What's the average distance each runner will carry the torch for? A, 3.5 kilometers, B, 3.75 kilometers, C, 3.85 kilometers, or D, 4 kilometers. All right, for question 16, let's go to the set, to the hit set, hit, Battle of the Blades. Go.
Hi, I'm Claude Lemieux.
And I'm Shaylin Bourne. So, Claude, we've really gotten to know each other through this Battle of the Blades. But there's one thing I haven't really figured out about your NHL career.
What's that?
Well, you've won 4 Stanley Cups and played with 6 different teams. 2 of those cups were playing with the same team. So how many of those 6 teams did you not win the cup with?
That's a very good question. Is it 1, 2, or 3, or 4 teams?
For our next question, I'm going to turn things over to a recent guest on the hour, Michael Cedar of 18 to Life.
So I was at a hockey game watching the Montreal Canadiens play the Toronto Maple Leafs on a double date with my buddy Lucas and our girlfriends Mila and Allison. Lucas was sitting in the seat B200. Mila was sitting in the seat to the right at B201, and I was sitting in the seat directly to the left of Lucas. Now, if Allison was sitting directly to my left, what was Allison's seat number? Was it A, seat B202, B, seat B203, C, seat B198, or D, seat B199? Wow.
All right, thanks for that, Michael, I think. For the last question of the series, stars of the hit TV show Death Comes to Town. You know these fellas who are also sometimes ladies, the kids in the hall.
Well, to finish off the math scenario questions, we'll ask you question 18, which is a doozy. I'm scared.
A child asked a lady how old she was. The woman replied, "If I live to be 90, then my age is twice the time I have left."
How old is the woman?
Is she 50 years old? Is she 60 years old? Is she 70 years old? Is she 40 years old?
How did those questions work out for you? Now, if your head hurts and you're looking for someone to blame, don't blame it on the contact sport athletes, not this time. These are the experts who put the test together, and here's how they did it.
Hi, my name is Don Sikorsky. I'm a professor of applied psychology at the University of Calgary.
I'm Jim Parker, professor of psychology at Trent University, Peterborough, Ontario. One of the things that people are going to wonder about is whether this is a real intelligence test. And the answer is yes.
We've been very, very careful putting this test together and to make sure that it has good validity to it.
Let's try a new one. The way we created the test was to spend several weeks creating questions that look very similar to the kinds of questions that you'll see on standardized intelligence tests. So what's the answer?
We've done all of the things that give it what we call psychometric integrity. We've used the best of what is out there to create this measure.
Ready? Yep. Go.
So mathematical reasoning ability, ability to think logically, to deal with words, to deal with visual kinds of complex and simple stimuli, and things like memory.
One of the challenges with creating an intelligence test is you basically create a lot of bad questions. You don't get it right the first time. So what are we going to do with this question? We would just sit around a room and kind of debate each other's questions and until we got questions we thought would work, and then we passed them on to the other team in Calgary.
In multiple choice format, we've put them actually through a series of trials. So an item didn't make the final test until it actually demonstrated that it was doing what it was supposed to do, and that was to provide us with a reasonable estimate of some aspect of cognitive functioning.
All right, now it's time to see how we all did on those math questions. The answer to question 14 about the baseball team, the fraction of those on the team that were lefties, is A, 1/4. 21 plus 7 equals 28 players total, 7 out of 28. Southpaws equal a quarter of the team. That's easy. Question 15, not really. The average distance each runner will carry the torch is B, 3.75 kilometers. Now, for the next 3 answers, let's go back to the guests that asked.
So, Claude,
Yeah?
what's the answer?
Well, the answer is it was 3 teams. I won 2 Stanley Cups with the New Jersey Devils, 1 Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche, and 1 with the Montreal Canadiens. So the answer is 3, and it is C.
Well, thanks for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
So try to follow along. If Allison and Lucas were sitting in the seats B200 and 201, and then I was sitting to Allison's left in B199, and my date Mila was sitting to my left in seat B198. So the correct answer is C. And you might be surprised, but the Leafs beat the Habs. Sorry, George.
The answer to question 18
If the time the lady has left is twice her age, and she will live to be 90, then she must be 60 years old.
So the answer is B.
Back to you, George.
And what a rude child.
Very rude child.
All right, thank you very much to all our special guests for helping us out there. The kids in the hall, Bruce, Scott, Mark, David, Kevin. Whoa, easy, girlies. What's going on here? All right, okay, now, I'm not as young as I used to be. Move it, move it, move it. Stranger love, that's not the first time that's happened. Hey, it's not my fault you guys aren't doing better in the test. Violence never solves anything, usually. All right, take a short break. We're going to regroup. We'll be back with more Test the Nation IQ right after this.
From the Atheists are three of the lucky folks who have been put into hypnosis. James, did you have any fears about being hypnotized?
A large number of fears, to be honest. I had a lot of fears.
Any of them come true?
Not so far, but the show's still early.
All right, well it is, but we have some results, and I can tell you this, it just came in. Right now, the three of you who are hypnotized have fewer correct answers compared to the rest of your team. We'll continue to track our hypnotized players throughout the night. George, what's next in our quiz?
All right, thanks, Carol. The next section is logic, number, and letter series. Logic is a system of reasoning. Reasoning like why you don't pick a fight with Natalie Miss Too Bad Brown, who was USA Boxing's Female Athlete of the Year, but never mind the USA. She's now making her home in Canada. Got a sample question. Right? Here's a sample question. Which is the next number in the following series? 1, 5, 9, 13. What's the next number? Is it A, 16, B, 17, C, 18, or D, 19? All right, Too Bad. Want to help us through? Which one is it?
With B.
No, she's saying B. The correct answer is B. B, 17. Nice. Because the numbers increase by 4 each time. So you're going to have 20 seconds for each logic question in the number and letter series. Here we go. All right, 19. Which is the next number in the following series? 3, 9, 27, 81. Is it 108, 243, 112, or 221? Question 20. Which is the next number in the following series? 12, 10, 9, 8.5. Is it A, 8.25, B, 8.0, C, 7.15, or D, 6.25? All right, 21. Which is the next letter in the following series? 3, C, 11, K, 19. Would it be P, Q, R, or S? All right, on to the double deuce, 22. Which is the next letter in the following series? Is it G, H, I, or N? And finally, question 23. Which is the next number in the following series? 4, 5, 8, 17. Is it A, 25, B, 38, C, 44, or D, 51? All right, my friends, let's take a look at how logical you all are. People in the room are starting to get uncomfortable. They're all like, oh no, because they're not. Maybe they are. Question 19, 3, 9, 27, or 81. The final number in the series will be B, 243. Because the numbers increase by a multiple of 3 each time. Over to question 20 we go. What is the next number in this series? 12, 10, 9, 8.5. It is A, 8.25. Here The difference between the numbers decreases by half each time. 21 we go. The letter that best completes the series 3C11K19 answers D. S. In that series, each number was followed by the letter that corresponded with that number in the alphabet. All right, 22. The answer was A, the letter G. In this instance, every second letter goes up by 1 in the alphabet. The letters in between go up by 2. All right, question 23. The answer is C44. Now, hold on a sec. I'm only going to explain this once, all right? So here goes. First of all, the numbers increase by 3 to the power of 0, which is 1, then 3 to the power of 1, which is 3, then 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. So you get your answer. You have to take 17 and increase it by 27, which is 3 to the power of 3, and you get 44. Obviously. Hold on. You know, the only people that were actually hurling insults now were the politicians. See, in question period, when they don't know what's going on, they just go, ugh. That's what that was right there.
All right, I'm here in the National Post Nerd Center with Jennifer Lang and our stats team. Jennifer, any new and interesting trends?
Well, we've got a lot of new data coming in from those folks who are playing along with us online tonight. And at this point, it looks like people who are living in large cities are beating out those living in small cities or rural areas.
Okay.
It also looks like Canadians who are divorced have the highest scores, but those who are married or common law are in a close second. However, it looks like singles are a bit out of luck, and they're in third currently.
In third currently. Now, earlier we said something about shoe size. You know, what connection is there between the size of your brain and the size of your feet?
Actually, the data is really surprising on that, and it looks like the larger your shoe size, the higher your scores. So those people with shoe sizes above 13 have the highest scores currently.
All right. Any surprises?
I think that's one of the biggest surprises tonight so far.
All right. Do you hear that, George, though, about singles? They're at the bottom of the pack so far when it comes to IQ testing tonight.
That's because we're busy living our life. All right, now, they say a clear conscience is usually the sign of a bad memory, which I suppose they know all about, because of broken promises. Martha Hall Finley, Justin Trudeau, colleagues in the House of Commons. Now, Martha, you had a theory on how your IQ would stack up next to Justin's.
I was under pressure. I wouldn't want to give a number. All I knew is that Justin had a number, and all I could think of whatever it is higher than Justin.
Right, is that what you thought?
That's what I thought.
All right, well, you'll be interested to know then that, in fact, you are incorrect. Justin is ahead of Martha so far.
Sorry, darling.
Now, let's go to
Yes, but may I say?
You may.
I have small feet and I'm single.
Oh, so there you
you
go. Peter Van Loan from the Conservatives, I want you to help us out with the sample question, all right? You ready?
All right.
You can also go to the rest of the team if you trust them in this section. This section's all about memory. Now, before the commercial break, I was swarmed by the Toronto roller derby girls. All the derby girls that tried to knock me over. I know you were watching carefully. Now, my question is, how many of the roller derby girls were wearing black jerseys? Was it A, 4, B, 3, C, 2, or D, 5? Peter?
I hate these perception ones. I thought it was 4, but what do you think?
Well, as a little secret, Peter said earlier that the perception ones, guys never do as well as
Women do
girls.
way better
So I'm
always.
just going to let you answer, Peter.
I'll say 4.
All right, 4. And the answer is, oh, roll it.
5. Roll it sometime.
The answer is 1, 2, 3.
Oh, good try, good try.
All right, now the next 3 questions are about memory, so pay attention. Now, in this one, you're going to have 10 seconds to review the picture, and then you're going to have 10 seconds to answer. All right, question 24. Memorize this photograph. All right, what was the shape that was the logo on the taxi door? Was it A, heart, B, diamond, C, clover, or D, star? Question 25. Take a gander, won't you? Oh, that arc, true story. Which animal was not in the picture? A, elephant, B, camel, C, tiger, or D, giraffe? Question 26. Take a close look. How many feet were standing on the wrestling ring mat? Was it 6, 5, 4, or 3? All right, now for the next three, they're still on memory, but they're a little tougher. So you're going to have 20 seconds to review. Yeah, I know, tougher. 20 seconds to review the image, 10 seconds to answer. Question 27. Memorize this image. Evan's excited. How many confirmed guests does Carol have listed for her event? A, B, C, or D? Question 28. We're going to the boss for this one. How many photo book friends does Stephen Harper have? Is it A, 144, B, 140, C, 155, or D, 150? All right, number 29. Check this one out. Which of the following is Avril Lavigne not a fan of? Skater Boys, Food Network, Black Star Fragrance, or Amnesty International? All right, now there was a lot to take in there, so let's get to those answers before we forget about them. Carol, who are you with?
I'm with Marion and Mary, obviously, from the Twins team, and they are the oldest. We're statistically counting these things in our studio. And I am here to get the first of the memory answers from you and find out what you had. So it was question 24. What shape did you choose as the logo on the taxi?
The diamond.
And you?
Clover. Clover.
He is correct. I'm sorry, it was C, Clover. George.
All right. Question 25. The animal that was not in the picture, oh, look at them stare, was D, giraffe. There was no giraffe. All right. I wonder how the contact sport athlete stayed on this next one. How many feet were on the wrestling mat? The answer was B, 5. Question 27. How many confirmed guests were there at Carol's event? The answer is, wow, C, 350,000. She's very popular on Photobook. I guess my invite got lost in the regular mail. Question 28. The number of Photobook friends that your Prime Minister Stephen Harper has is A, 144. With, if you minus his own seat, it's the number of seats the Conservatives hold in the Parliament. And if he had 10 more friends, he'd have a majority. Question 29. Avril Lavigne is not a fan of the Food Network. The answer is B. All right, Miss Popular, you look downright giddy over there. What's happening?
Well, not only are 350,000 people coming to my imaginary event, but Jennifer from the National Post Nerve Center just sent me a text with the latest results. So when I read your name, please stand up. From the Believers, Jillian Frederico. From the Politicians, John McCallum. From the Nerds, William Trischuk. From the Twins, Susan Fever Mansfield. From the Contact Sports Athletes, Peter Diakowski. And from the Atheists, Kevin Kindred. Each of you has answered the most questions correctly so far on your team, so congratulations to you. highest IQ, that can only be determined after all 50 questions have been answered, but you are all on the right path.
All right, John McCallum, top scorer here on the Politicians team. You guys have been taking a lot of bruises during this contest so far, but what do you think your team's chances are winning?
I think things are looking up. I think we're going to win.
Always with a spin. Well, he's certainly doing his part. Now, for the rest of you...
We're certainly going to beat the nerds led by that traitor Garneau over there.
There you go. In fact, the rest of you need to pick up your slack to help John out. The person in the studio with the highest IQ, the individual in here, will win a Sharp Aquos 52-inch LCD TV. So we'll be back with more Testination right after this.
Hey, politicians, we're taking our revenge during this test.
At least in this forum, Stephen Harper doesn't tell you what to say.
Welcome back. This is Testination IQ. We are more than halfway through the test. I hope you're having a good time so far. There's more to come. The rivalries in here are on fire. Let's take another look at what they're playing for. Where's Old Glory? The Testination Trophy. Hey, McSorley, you've won a couple of Stanley Cups. How would this compare?
Right up there. Right up there. Just give me the TV and we'll talk about it.
All right. We got a few more questions on memory, this time in video form. So watch these videos carefully. After you view them, you're going to have 10 seconds to answer. No sample question this time. You won't need it. We're going to get right into it. We begin with question 30.
Hi, I'm Carrie Osmond, host of Best Recipes Ever, and we're making an Italian tuna melt panini today. So I have 1 can of tuna here. We're going to add 1 stalk of celery, 1/4 cup of chopped red onion, and my secret ingredient, 3 artichokes. We're now going to add a 1/4 cup of mayo. Now we need a tablespoon of lemon juice. We're going to mix this all around. Now you want to oil the top of your bun. Spread your mixture on the inside. Top it with 1 slice of provolone cheese. And on the grill it goes. And there you have it, 1 Italian tuna melt panini. It's ooey gooey good.
Man, that sandwich maker took no time. I want that. Which ingredient was not used in the recipe? Celery, lemon juice, Greek onion, or artichoke, or green onion, or artichoke hearts? Question 31, Greek onion. What's the following clip? Watch this thing here. This is Tim Burton's new movie called Alice in Wonderland. It's in the theaters March 5th. Watch the clip.
There is a place like no place on earth. A land full of wonder, mystery, and danger. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter, which luckily I am.
All right, here's a question. What was the weather like when Alice fell in the hole? Was it A, nighttime, you couldn't tell, B, clear blue sky, C, cloudy, or D, raining with thunderstorms? Question 32. Watch this clip from an upcoming movie called Valentine's Day.
The stewardess seems to like you. She looks over here every 5 seconds.
No.
5, 4.
Okay, stop.
Can I get you anything? Maybe a bag of pretzels.
Checking in for 2? Okay. I mean, 1 and a dog. Oh, great. Happy Valentine's Day. You too.
It's my fault that I'm alone on Valentine's Day. My closest relationship is with my BlackBerry.
Right. All right, so who was listed in the credits directly after Jessica Biel? Was it A, Jennifer Garner, B, Bradley Cooper, C, Patrick Dempsey, or D, Jamie Foxx? Question 33. Watch this footage of a certain unnamed TV host of Greco-Ukrainian descent.
Our host, Mr. George Stroumboulopoulos.
Hi. Thank you for coming to the hour. We appreciate it. This is our 600th episode, so we're happy that you're here for it today. A lot of big guests. You have the easiest job in the world. All you have to do today is sit back, laugh, and clap. How do you know when to laugh? When I tell a joke. How do you know when it's a joke?
When you tell it.
Exactly. When I tell it. But before we start the show, do you have any questions? Anything you want to know about our little program? I mean, you're paying for half this network, so now would be the time if you want to ask any questions. Do you have a question over here?
If you weren't doing this, what would you do for a living?
My dream is to grow a massive beard and move to the desert and open up a motorcycle repair shop. That's it. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We're about to start the show, so clap and laugh, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. All right, what was the episode number of that show? Was it A, B, C, or D?
Justin Trottier is the executive director for the Center of Inquiry in Canada. Now, Justin, use science and reason to answer questions. Let me ask you this. Who do you think is doing better on this test? Is it the atheists or is it the believers?
Well, I think that given the types of atheists that I've been hanging around with, that they have a real diversity in their interests and their backgrounds and where they stem from, I think that's going to make us the strongest team to be.
Atheists on here. George, what say you?
Well, I'm on the other side. You're not supposed to boo, you're supposed to pray for them. Jeremy Taggart here, Drew Marshall, host of Canada's most listened to spiritual talk show. I know that because my mom calls them. What do you think of the assumption that the atheists are actually, going to do better than the believers?
Yeah, no, we've got Corin, so we'll probably beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, and we sleep better at night. Don't forget that.
There you go. Well, then, as of right now in this test, you'll be happy to know that, well, you won't be. The atheists are, in fact, doing much better than the believers at this point. All right, let's get to some answers. Question 30. The ingredient that was not used in the recipe, see, green onion. There you go. Carol's with the nerds. Does someone there have some insight on the next question?
Absolutely. I am here with two media-savvy women to help me, Natasha Eloy from the Space Channel and the co-host of the Your Geek News podcast, Nat Tabanos. And now you review movies all the time, so I'll get right to the question. Tell us, what was the weather like when Alice fell into the hole in question 31?
I thought it was cloudy.
Really? I really thought it was a clear blue sky.
Oh.
You are correct. It was a clear blue sky. That's B.
That's Mariah. All right, question 32. In the movie Valentine's Day, the answer is B, Bradley Cooper. Listed in the credits directly after Jessica Biel. Valentine's Day in the theaters, February 12th, just in time for Easter. Finally, question 33, and I know this one is easy, right? The answer is D, 600. All right. I just wish that all the questions were about the hour. I might have a shot for sure. All right, so our next section is language, least like the others. Language, main way we communicate our thoughts and feelings. That's what we're doing right now. So I'm setting up this section. Here we have the first natural set of triplets that were born in Edmonton in a quarter century. Joelle, Jade, and Mariah, better known as the Tang triplets. Yeah, I know they're the twins team, but we snuck some triplets in, all right? Deal with it. Now, two of you were in the X-Men Origins movie, Wolverine, right? Which one wasn't?
Joelle.
You weren't in?
I wasn't.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
why weren't you in it?
Because I was in a contract in Shanghai.
There you go, so she was working on it. So I guess then you're the least like the other ones in this particular instance, which brings us to our sample question, and you can all work together on this one to help us through. Which of the following is least like the others? A, blind mice, B, stooges, C, the Beatles, or D, little piggies? Triplets, what say ye?
I see the Beatles.
C.
I'll go with her.
Yeah? C, they're all going with C. The correct answer is C, the Beatles, because there were 4 Beatles, all the rest were groups of 3. Now, for the next 4 questions, you'll have 20 seconds to answer each one. All right, question 34. Which of the following is least like the others? A, geometry, B, algebra, C, trigonometry, or D, mathematics? Question 35. Which of the following is least like the others? Refraction, dispersion, absorption, or diffraction? Number 36, which is least like the others? A, B, C, or D? Question 37, which of the following least like the others? A, bolster, B, facilitate, C, abet, or D, coddle?
You know what? Now I have that song going in my head. You know the one from Sesame Street? One of these things. Sing along with me if you like. Are not like the other. It's stuck in my head. Thanks a lot, George. I have more results from the National Post Nerve Center. Okay, I want to report to you that the leading Tang sister are triplets over the twin division. The leading Tang sister is Mariah. Also, I also want to tell you that the Tang sisters are, though, doing worse versus the twins on the team. So the triplets are doing worse than the things. All right. Now, the big question is, will it be the nerds or will it be the atheists, or has another team taken over the lead? What's that, R2? I'm getting data from R2-D2. R2 is very excited. Very excited. You know why? Because Star Wars fans here are doing much better than Star Trek fans. So R2 is very happy about that. Thanks a lot, big guy. We'll see you later. Okay, but don't you go away. Will R2-D2's team boldly go where no other team has gone before, or will they lose to the dark side? We will find out when Test the Nation returns.
Hey, believers, you'll need a miracle to win.
I've always believed the road to hell is paved with low IQ scores.
Welcome back to Test the Nation IQ. I hope you're holding up well at home. Are you still with us? Carol, new stats coming in?
Indeed, I do. I have lots of stats. Currently, people in their 50s are leading other age groups across this country. People in their 50s. And in studio, the top team captain right now is Adrian Lang from the Twins team. I have one more piece of information. Earlier in the night, the top two teams were the nerds and the atheists. However, right now, the nerds, right now, the nerds are in the lead, having the most correct answers. The nerds are in the lead, but there is always a catch. Two teams can catch them, and those are the politicians and the contact sports athletes.
I'm here with the politicians. They're breathing down the necks of the nerds. Do you guys actually think you can pull this off right now?
We can, yeah.
All right, fine. Well then, let's do this. If they're doing so well, the politicians, why don't you try to help us out? Okay, you're still in this and you're doing just strongly enough. Help us out with your team with the next set of questions for you, all right? You ready for this one right now? The answer to question 34. Which did you choose to be least like the others?
D, mathematics.
You chose D, mathematics. The answer is D, mathematics. All right, to question 35 we go. What was your answer? They seem to all go C, and the answer was C, absorption. That's because the words refraction, dispersion, and diffraction all describe a changing of direction. Absorption does not. Carol, why don't you get the next two answers from the contact sports athletes?
Indeed, I'm here with team captain Kelly Rudy. You must be pretty proud of your team tonight.
No, I'm not. Well, I am proud. But I'm not surprised. I just want to know what Brett Wilson feels like being in last place.
Well, listen, you know what? You're going to get a chance to duke it out later, but for right now, we're going to get some answers, and you can get some help from your teammates. Well, you can just tell me what you chose. Which one, for question 36, which one did you choose that was least like the others? Question 36. You see it up there.
Oh, this was an easy one. I like to have fun with this one.
Call a friend.
I said C.
Sorry, you were not correct. The answer is A. The answer is A. It is mercury, because mercury is a liquid, the others are gases, and if you don't believe me, you can check your periodic table. Okay, you have another chance, though. Let's go to question 37. What did you think it was? You can see it up there. A, B, C, or D? No. D. In fact, you are correct.
That's right.
D, to coddle. To coddle means to spoil or pamper. The other three, of course you knew this, mean to help. Thank you. George.
All right, thank you, Carol. I'm right behind you up here. All right, so earlier some of your friends over here, the little Toronto Roller Derby girls, tried to take me down. I'm here with them now from the Toronto Roller Derby League. Candy Crossbones, best name ever, by the way.
Why, thank you.
Can you and your gang help with the next question?
Sure,
All right,
absolutely.
Next sample question in this section, still in the realm of logic, this time visual analogy, so shapes and colors. So for you at home, it's the relationship between the first two objects. They must be similar to the relationship between the third object and the answer object. Actually, after explaining that, I want you guys to knock me over again. All right, so which object completes the series? Is it A, B, C, or D? Crossbones?
B?
It is B. You are correct. Great. The first red square turned into a white circle, while the dots inside changed from white to red, so the white square turns into a red circle, with the dots inside changing from white, so B fits the bill. Fine, all right. Next. We're deep into the world. We're deep now into visual analogy, so go with me, all right? You'll have 20 seconds for each question. All right, question 38. Which object completes the series? A, B, C, or D? Question 39, same thing here. Which object completes the series? A, B, C, or D? All right, question 40. Which object completes the series? All right, number 41. Which object completes the series? Would it be A, B, C, or D? Question 42, you know the drill. A, B, C, or D? All right, take a look at these answers now. Generally for these, the answers are found by looking at changes in color, shape, and rotation of the objects. Question 38, the answer C. Question 39, the answer is D. Question 40, where you started, question A is the answer on that one. Question 41, the object that completes the series was C. And finally, question 42, the answer is B. That's the correct one right there. All right, sitting all the way up here, we've got the backbenchers. Is that what it feels like? We got Rick Dykstra, Conservative, Green Party, Elizabeth May. You guys think you're doing all right so far?
Excellent.
They're fine. All right, well, listen, across the country, here's the thing. The politicians are doing well, so at home you're going, oh, we're in good hands. Not really, because the ones that are doing the best are actually the ones with the fewest seats. The NDP are leading across the country. And in the studio, the NDP are leading here too. When we come back, the final 8 questions as Test the Nation IQ returns right after this.
Hey, twins, we don't need either of your votes to win this competition.
Hey, politicians, we didn't vote for you twice.
Welcome back to Test the Nation IQ. Now, one thing we have to, a lot of energy tonight, but one thing we have to keep reminding ourselves while taking this test is that even if you get more questions correct than someone else, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have a higher IQ. You also have to factor in your age. We'll show you a chart at the end of the test, and it's also up at cbc.ca/testthenation. So, question, what is a good IQ score? What are other influences on intelligence, and how can you increase your IQ? Well, we've turned the tables and put these questions to our experts who created the test.
The major influences on intelligence probably can be classified into 2 broad categories, the genetic side, and on the other side, the environmental side, the very world that we live in and that we operate on and that operates on us in turn.
Scores between 85 and 115 represent about 2/3 of adults. So if you scored above 115, then you're in the kind of above average, and if you score below 85, then you're in the below average.
The things that we can do to increase intelligence would start right at a very, very early age, providing extremely enriched environments for kids, the way we talk to them, the way we nurture them, the way we reduce the amount of anxiety while giving them opportunities to explore and engage in their world.
There's that old phrase of use it or lose it, and that certainly applies here. People who try to be active, they do crossword puzzles, they do Sudokus, hobbies that keep their minds active are going to be enhanced.
I look at people like Leonard Cohen and saying, how can a man take such observations of everyday kinds of things in our world and put it to such poetry and music?
I think I'd have to agree with Don and pick Leonard Cohen. I got to put my money on the politicians because they're a group that really have to think on their feet, and if they don't use it, they're likely to lose it.
All right, so we've had our fun with language and logic. Let's get to the party subject now, math. Of course, I'm here with the nerds for that one. Specifically, one of the staff scientists at the Ontario Science Centre in Toronto, Sarah Poirier. Sarah, the next section of math deals with numbers. I suppose all math deals with numbers, is that true?
Well, math is a system of tools that we can use to model the world around us. And
so that's no? No?
Well, no,
oh.
not so.
All right, fine. Here's the sample question, all right? What is 4 times a third of 36? Is it A, 36, B, 52, C, 48, or D, 64?
C, 48.
She says C, 48. The answer is C, 48. All right, here we go. 5 questions about number crunching. All right, nerds, one hand behind your back for this section. You'll have 25 seconds, Canada, for each question. All right, question 43. Which of the following is the smallest? Is it A, 1/3, B, 1/6, C, 0.15, or D, 1/9? Let's go large. Which of the following is the largest? Question 44. Is it A, 4 plus 11, B, 48 divided by 3, C, 25 times a half, or D, 23 minus 8? Question 45. What is the largest whole number that divides evenly into 48 and 64? Is it A, 12, B, 8, C, 16, or D, 24? Question 46. Now, if 3x plus 12 equals 36, what is the value of x plus 4? Is it A, 12, B, 3, C, 6, or D, 18? People are breaking down in here now. Question 47. 1/3 plus 1/6 plus 1/9 equals A, 3/18, B, 11/18, C, 5/9, or D, 1/9. Walk in the park. A breeze for everyone. All right, let's get to those answers. Question 43. The answer is D, 1/9. It's the smallest. You know, when you see it presented in decimal form, that's actually, I can see that D is the smallest. Question 44, that's what's next. The largest, the answer is B. 48 divided by 3. All right, to help us out now, Canada, with the next answer, you may remember them as Erica and Heather, the twins from Degrassi, who were sweating during this last section. They're also real-life twins as well, Maureen and Angela Deshock. What did you do for question 45, the largest whole number that divides evenly into 48 and 64?
You know what? I might have said 12. I can't remember what I said. I think maybe it was B.
You said B? Okay,
I think I said A.
Well, C. The answer is C.
No TV in our future.
3/16 is 48, 4/16 is 64. All right, question 46. The value of x plus 4, A, 12. You got that right? Nice. X equals 8, 8 plus 4 equals 12, and finally, question 47. 1/3 plus 1/6 plus 1/9 equals 11/18, which is B. The lowest common denominator there is 18.
All right, we've been tracking some of the in-studio players who were put into hypnosis by Donald Curry today, and we've been tracking their progress, and Brett Wilson is one of those. You were hypnotized. What do you think? Did you perform better?
Hard to know what better is, but I think I've done a little better.
More points.
More points. I think I've done more points.
Our nerve center has just sent me the data on this. Brett Wilson's IQ has increased since his last testing.
Let's...
I do want to go to the other hypnotized captain, and that's Brandon Furla. Brandon, stand up. And I just want to let you know, because you're the other captain that was hypnotized here tonight, and your IQ, according to our data center, has decreased since the last testing. George, what do you think?
Thank God I'm not doing this test. All right, well, here we go to the last 3 questions of our IQ test. These are more perception questions. On the Contact Sports team, we have some of the best CFL players, including a Green Rider, Wayne Smith from Saskatchewan Roughriders. Now, before this test started, did you double the number of people or just one extra on the field? How did that? I'll never let it go. How was it?
No comment.
All right, it's time for Wayne and I to get behind the wheel and watch this video for the sample question. Now, you start facing west. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, so based on that video, the sample question, where are you facing now? Is it A, north, B, south, C, east, or D, west, Wayne?
I don't know. Peter's the brains of the operation. I might defer to him. What do you think?
Oh, hey, you know, if you were a Tie Cat, then I might help you out. But seeing as you're the competition, you're on your own.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say B, south.
Okay, and the correct answer is B, south. Well done. All right, let's see how we got that answer. All right, here we go. The last 3 questions of the test. So start that car. You're going to have 15 seconds to answer after each clip. Question 48. Start facing north. Andy, now which direction are you facing? A north, B south, C east, or D west? Question 49. Start facing north. All right, are you now facing A north, B south, C east, or D west? What are you, a counselor? And finally, question 50, start facing west. All right, how you facing now? North, south, east, or west? That's it. Put your pencils down. I hope it was a number 2. Take your fingers off the keyboard. All the questions have been asked. The test is over. It's time to take a break. We'll get those last answers, plus declare a winning team here in the studio. The Testination IQ concludes. Welcome back to Testination. We are in the final stretch. I have the last 3 answers, and then we will reveal which team will become the winner of Testination IQ. All right, here we go. The answers to those driving questions are, pay attention, question 48, the answer is A, north. To question 49 we go. The answer is D, west. And for our final answer of the night, your make it or break it, number 50, which direction are you facing? B, south. Which is exactly where my IQ score has been heading since we started taking this test. We've done it! You've made it! We're all still alive. Now, here's the thing. If you want to calculate your IQ, you got to check out the chart. Just adding up the number of correct answers is not your IQ. Carol, she's at the leaderboard. Why don't you explain how this works?
I am. The leaderboard is dropping from on high as we speak. This is the chart, and what you have to do is go to the left-hand column to find your number of correct answers, and then you find the age range that you fit into, and then you connect the two, and that will be your IQ. For example, here is the chart for 1 to 10 correct answers. Here's the chart for 11 to, here is the chart for 11 to 21. I'll just go through them, you know. 11 to 20, then you'll see 21 to 30, then you will see 31 to 40, and finally 41 to 50.
Now look, if you have 50 correct answers, I'm sure Carol doesn't have to explain how to use the chart. 100 is the exact average IQ, and if you get above 140, you'd be considered a genius. If that chart flew by you, you can find it on our website, cbc.ca/Testination. Now, Carol, I know that you have the final team standings, and I think everyone here can't wait to see how their team plays and who's going home with the trophy.
All right. All of the scores are in. The IQs have been tabulated. I'm going to start with 6th place. That's right. The team in the last place is the Twins. Now, we'll win Andy Walton. Andy Walton, please stand up. Andy Walton, please stand up. Andy Walton, you have the highest IQ on your team. You are the best of the worst. You get a gift basket full of stuff that will help you maintain your IQ. A leader in the time of darkness. Okay, in 5th place and in 4th place, because it is a tie, it is the Believers and the contact sports athlete.
All right, now it's time. It's time to reveal the individual who has the highest IQ in the studio. The person in the studio with the highest IQ is on the atheist team. And oh my, he scored 140. He's a genius, Kevin Kindred. Congratulations, you won yourself the grand prize.
In third place, it's the atheist. Sorry to be the deliverer of bad news.
All right, here we go. It's down to the two. It's down to the politicians and the nerds. Both teams stand up, please. All right, everybody. Here it is, the winning team. I got to be honest, I didn't count on either of you two. The team that has won the Test the Nation IQ test, and it was really close. The team walking out with that glorious trophy is, congratulations to the nerds.
I just have to say this is the proudest moment in my life. Well, maybe not the most proud, but I'm really proud tonight for these fantastic teams.
Did you think you'd get there tonight?
Oh, yes. I've always been a nerd, and I'm very proud to be one, even though I'm a liberal nerd.
Here comes Glenn Healy and the trophy.
All righty. All right, buddy.
Now, if you can...
Congratulations to the nerds.
Congratulations. If you didn't get a chance to take the test with us tonight, test your friends and family. Log on to cbc.ca/testthenation and take it online.
Big thanks to Sean Cullen, who you saw at the top of the show. Also thanks to Jennifer and everyone in our National Post Nerve Center. And of course, most importantly to you for playing along at home. Good night, everyone.
Good night.